Petter Solberg's nickname is Hollywood because of his showmanship, so what can we expect as he flies towards El Brinco? And you can see from his telemetry how quick the approach is. Whoa, Petter airborne for a long, long time there. Let's take another look at Petter over El Brinco from outside the car. Incredible stuff, and his maximum attack approach is paying off. Our featured driver is the quickest man on our featured stage.
I'm doing whatever I can, and you know, I have an aim, and that's 5th place, and you never know if anybody gets punctures. You know, we are back in, maybe back on the podium again. You never know.
Not too much of an impact on the leaderboard after the first pass through Derra Madero. Loeb's lead now stands at just under 20 seconds, with Ogier still second. Novikov's retirement means a boost up the standings for the Solberg brothers. Back at the service park at the Polo Forum in Leon, there are yet more concerns down at the Ford service area. This time it's Jari-Matti Latvala's Fiesta RS that needs repairs. A precautionary gearbox change after the FIM reported a gear selection issue in the previous test. Such an extensive procedure might sound impossible to achieve in 30 minutes, but it's no problem for the well-drilled Ford mechanics. Moving on to the afternoon loop then, a repeated pass through the same stages used in the morning. And Sebastian Ogier's seen his teammate Loeb gradually extend his advantage out front. His target for the afternoon will be to keep him within touching distance and hope he can attack again on the final day. But news begins to filter through that the world champions had a serious delay before the start line. Could there be an opportunity opening for Ogier?
Stand by, boys, stand by. A big attack, I'm sure. All the remaining stages.
Sebastian was late into the stage by 5 minutes and takes a penalty of 50 seconds.
That's ready.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Back on the start line, Mikko Hirvonen is due to start behind Loeb, but you can see the Frenchman working on his DS3. A serious problem for Loeb here. Both Sebastian and co-driver Daniel Elena making emergency repairs. Hirvonen makes his way into this second pass through Iberiela, leaving the high drama at the start line behind. Well, depending on how serious Loeb's problem is, this could be great news for the Finns Championship hopes. For now, though, Mikko is focused on making it through this flat-out stretch of road. Well, whatever the problem was, Loeb has got moving. And his DS3 seems to be fighting fit at the moment. After starting the stage 5 minutes late, though, he's racked up 50 seconds in time penalties. That'll put him back down in second, behind his teammate. But for now, he'll be relieved to still be in the running.
We were really late on the road section because it was a massive traffic, and when we arrived at the starting line at the checkpoint, we were in the minute and I lost the gears, so I couldn't change the gear anymore. We were blocked in 3rd gear, impossible to take the start in this condition, so we had to work a lot on the car, and we took 5 minutes.
The drama just keeps on coming in Mexico, and there were problems too for Henning Solberg. The M Sport Stobart driver's got broken power steering, and it's forcing a heroic effort to keep the car on the road as the Norwegian manhandles the Fiesta RS through Iberiela's 30 kilometers.
Henning, the face is showing some strain. We heard Ilker on the radio saying power steering problem.
Yeah, it's stuck. I can't continue. It's not possible on the next stage.
With Osberg just ahead, the 3rd Norwegian in the top 7 is our featured driver Petter Solberg. True to his word, the former Mexico winner has battled hard after starting the day down in 13th. He's shown impressive speed throughout the second day and claims his first fastest time of the weekend in stage 15. Following his brother's misfortune, Petter's now made it all the way up to 5th, the target he set himself earlier in the day. But the big news is up front. Following that dramatic start line gear change problem, 50 seconds in time penalties have seen Sebastian Loeb slip back to 2nd. Checking up on the SWRC now, 2011 Dakar winner Nasser Al-Attiyah dominated throughout day 1, and he's rarely looked troubled in today's morning loop. The second day, though, did get off to a dramatic start. The second place Oit Tanak The Estonian flying off the road on the opening stage of the day. Thankfully, both Oita and co-driver Kuldasik were unharmed, but with the car heavily damaged and well off the road, they were unsurprisingly out for the day. Tanak's retirement promoted Martin Prokop into second place, and with the Czech driver finally content with his setup, he's begun to show impressive pace, claiming a fastest time in stage 12. Prokop does, though, have a fired-up Juho Hänninen building a charge behind him. On the first stage alone, the Finn was 19 seconds quicker than anyone else. There would be more frustration for Karl Kruder. The Estonian restarted under Super Rally rules after an overheating engine ended his run on day one, only for the same problem to occur again after stage 13. Crucial 2 stages to come then for Citroën drivers Ogier and Loeb. After the break, we also head back to the Ale Brinko jump. Don't go. Welcome back. Over in the SWRC, Nasser El Attiyah has been completely in control since he took the lead on the first day. The multiple Middle Eastern champion has survived a broken steering column this afternoon, and he's still the man to beat heading into the final day. Martin Prokop, though, has begun to find some pace after solving a rear differential issue with a setup change. 2-stage wins on day 2, testament to the Czech driver's improving speed. Prokop's own position is less than secure, however, because reigning IRC champion Juho Hänninen is on an absolute flyer. The Finn is taking a lot of risks and driving on the absolute limit, but it's certainly been effective. Fastest on all 3 stages in the afternoon loop, Hänninen has closed up to just over 31 seconds behind the man in second. After stage 19, this is how the SWRC stands. Tanak and Kruder both racking up Super Rally penalties for their earlier retirements. The 3 podium slots are separated by just over a minute. Back to the fight for WRC glory now, as the drivers move on to the final pair of mountain stages of this penultimate day. The fight for the top spot between the 2 Sebastians took an unexpected twist with that dramatic delay for Loeb in the previous test. Ogier starts stage 16 with a lead of just over 21 seconds, but after an intermittent power glitch in the last few kilometres, he sees his advantage halved. That sensational run through Duarte by Loeb has left him just 10.4 seconds behind, but as ever, with the final day's running order to consider, the 37-year-old may not want to end the day in the lead. Loeb is driving with a broken handbrake after damaging it in the previous test. It's certainly not helping him through these tight hairpins towards the end of the stage, and almost stalled it there. He'll definitely finish the day second now. That's the first time today Seb's been beaten by his teammate.
I reckon Loeb wants to be somewhere around about 13:41, 13:41.
In the last hairpin, I don't have any handbrake since the middle of the second stage, so I forgot it in this hairpin. And when I wanted to use it, it was no handbrake. So
The plan for tomorrow?
What can we do? We will see. We speak tonight and we'll see what we can do. But my plan would be to push.
Ogier isn't the quickest driver overall in stage 17, however. That honour goes to Jari-Matti Latvala. The Finn finally showing signs of life for Ford after a difficult rally, claiming the first stage win of the weekend for the Blue Oval. Petter Solberg's impressive pace was maintained, meanwhile, with his second consecutive fastest time in stage 16. He's already achieved his top 5 slot, but can he get any higher? Oh, he's snapped the top of his gear shift off. That's going to be a big distraction. Oh, and a massive moment for Petter. He was a very, very lucky boy there. Well, let's take another look at that. He just gets his line slightly wrong at the approach, crossed up in the air, instantly spins on the landing. Petter runs today a somewhat relieved man in 5th.
I had, you know, the big jump in the middle of the stage, a massive one. I came in there, I spun in the air. I came in too fast and I broke in the gear lever, you know. So when I'm going to change down, I I struggled to change rounds. I came in with the wrong gear, so I couldn't accelerate. So I came around and spun. Oh. Aye, aye, aye. Big moment.
So Petter will start the final day in 5th place, leading a trio of Norwegians with Osberg up to 6th as Henning Solberg's power steering problems continued. Up front though, Ogier holds a slender lead of just 10.5 seconds. Although that lead may count for nothing as there is late drama here in Mexico, rally leader Sébastien Ogier has been summoned to attend a stewards meeting late this evening. His offence was to drive the wrong way into service on day 1 and mistakenly check in early. It's a breach of regulations that could be punishable by exclusion. We'll find out the outcome of that meeting tomorrow to see if Sébastien Ogier can resume in a duel with his teammate. Until then, follow the action as it happens on WRC.com.